Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. Every spring, folks from across Alabama put on their cowboy hats and boots and head for Montgomery for the annual Southeastern Livestock Expo Rodeo. If you've never been, well, today we're going to show you what you've been missing out on.
And we'll take a trip to a community corner down in Whistler, that's just outside of Mobile, for a sample that will have you singing the praises of McMillan's Barbecue.
And I'm Stacy Little. Today in the kitchen, we're turning an affordable cut of beef into this super tender Swiss steak. Y'all stay tuned.
Back in the 1970s, there was a clothing manufacturer located in Prattville along Highway 82 in central Alabama. But it closed in the 90s, leaving a large vacant building.
Thankfully, someone saw the potential in that old building and they repurposed it into a business that encourages repurposing of all kinds.
And now for more than a decade, Prattville Pickers has been known as a place to find the unfindable.
Unique decor, antique furniture, baseball cards, and Sasquatch? All those and more live under one roof at Prattville Pickers.
We have 300 vendors in a 100,000 square foot building. Yeah, it's a lot, but they're all unique. One of them maybe does handcrafting, one does woodworking, one is a China expert. I have taken my own family from New Jersey through here, and it took us 4 hours if you want to look in every booth.
A shopping excursion of that scale requires sustenance, which you can find here too, thanks to Sweetheart Coffee and, of course, vendors.
We have food all across Alabama that we showcase. Peanut butter from Bessemer. A local mixologist up in Birmingham does olive oils. Alabama Sunshine, of course, everybody knows, and Priester's Pecans. Or we have a local baker. He's just starting out and we're his first venue. Shucks, we're blowing through his bread. He's had to increase from bringing 12 loaves to 48 loaves.
And if you need to prop up your feet,
I did start a husband's bench where they could sit in front of the TV. Of course, the sign says they have to hand over their credit cards, you know, to the wife.
Here, repurposing is prime.
We think we're pretty creative here, but when you see what customers are buying things for and what they're going to repurpose for, that's just the fun of it. I mean, the history in pieces is fascinating. The furniture that was made in the past is quality. From the decorating standpoint, my heart, you can have a very unique home, but also it keeps it out of the landfills. You can save money. Why go buy a brand new kitchen table when someone has put one on consignment here and you can save 50, 60%?
At Prattville Pickers, even the building itself is a repurposed old sewing factory.
The coolest thing is up when we were doing some remodeling, we found some of the old time cards from the building. We found an old mannequin that the apparel factory had. We had some ironing boards. And what's the best part now is you could be cashiering and an older person comes in and go, do you know I used to work here when Prattville Apparel was here? And I was in that corner and I was in the steaming department.
For shoppers who prefer to buy new, you can do that here too. Just look for the local artisan maker's mark signs. And if all the shopping inspires a creative streak to try your hand as a vendor, Brenda will support you along the way.
I think what we give here is mostly encouragement. Sure, try it. What do you got to lose? We do all the marketing. So we're all your cashiers, we're your building. All you have to do as a new business owner is to make the product and get it here.
Whether a vendor or customer, those who enter these doors become part of the Pickers community.
There's just a connection. It's your hometown people. The honey, the bees are from Prattville. That's just something warming, I think, to a person that's purchasing.
Prattville Pickers supports entrepreneurs of all kinds. Brenda even told us about a high school student who rents a small space. She sells artwork and personalized goods like travel mugs and pillows.
I'm sure she's gotten a lot of experience about what it takes to run a business.
That's exactly right. She has. Now, for more information about Prattville Pickers, just go online to shopprattvillepickers.com or search for them on Facebook.
Okay, who's ready for some barbecue? Coming up next on Simply Southern, Fred Hunter's taking us to the Whistler community of Mobile County for a story of family, community, and of course, some fine eating.
Medical payments coverage. Are you familiar with it? This is offered through auto insurance and can help pay for your medical expenses after a car accident, regardless of who was at fault. It provides reasonable payment for you and your passengers when an accident happens in a covered vehicle. It can cover costs like ambulance services, overnight hospital stays, emergency room visits, and follow-up care. Contact your local Alpha agent to add this coverage to your policy. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Consider this your call to Alabama's Black Belt, home to some of the best hunting and fishing anywhere in the country. Whether you want to hunt deer, turkey, quail, or are looking to hook that trophy bass, the Alabama Black Belt's world-class outdoor recreation is second to none. If you want to take a break from the woods or the water, choose one of the premier golf courses on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. If you're searching for your next outdoor adventure, look no further than Alabama's Black Belt.
Hey, how are you holding up?
I'm thirsty.
Well, there you go. Choose water.
I guess I'll take the water. There's another one. Alabama Extension is cool.
What's Extension?
They're like your go-to experts for everything. Gardening, nutrition, tips for our kids, farming. And hey, weren't you thinking about starting a business?
Yeah.
Extension does that.
Oh, sounds like I need to get connected.
Learn more at aces.edu.